Have you ever wondered how the global economy truly is? This question has gained prominence due to recent financial studies. These studies suggest we're on the brink of a severe economic crisis, reminiscent of the post-World War II era. It was a time when global supply chains disrupted, inflation surged, and economies worldwide faced a recession. The current scenario mirrors these challenging times. The robust supply chains are threatened, inflation threatens our buying power, and a recession looms. But what's causing this? There are multiple factors at play, including geopolitical tensions, technological disruptions, and environmental issues. The post-World War II period was indeed a fascinating yet challenging time for the global economy. As we approach a similar crisis, we must learn from the past, prepare for the future, and navigate this storm with resilience and determination. Historically, the 1970s also saw a significant economic crisis, similar to what we are currently experiencing. The 70s were a turbulent time, marked by a series of economic challenges that dramatically reshaped the global economy. Let's take a brief journey back in time. The 70s were characterized by a shift in demographics as the baby boomers, one of the largest generations in history, entered the workforce. This influx of workers spurred a surge in demand for goods and services, a phenomenon known as a demand shock. The economy struggled to keep pace with this sudden increase in consumption, leading to inflation and economic instability. But that wasn't all. The 70s were also marked by the infamous oil crisis. Political events in the Middle East led to a drastic reduction in oil production, causing prices to skyrocket. The world, heavily reliant on oil, was thrown into chaos. This crisis underlined the vulnerability of economies to fluctuations in the energy market, a lesson that still resonates today. Fast forward to our current situation. Today, we're experiencing a similar confluence of demographic shifts and demand shocks. The aging population is causing a seismic shift in the global economy, while the after effects of the pandemic have led to unprecedented demand for certain goods and services. And just like the 70s, we're grappling with energy market volatility, albeit in a different form. Today's energy challenges are less about oil and more about the transition to renewable sources. This transition, while necessary for our planet's future, is causing its own set of economic disruptions. We're also dealing with the fallout from geopolitical tensions, trade disputes, and other global events that are adding to the economic uncertainty. So, as we navigate these turbulent waters, it's important to remember the lessons of the past. The 70s taught us the dangers of unchecked inflation, the risks of over-reliance on a single energy source, and the potential fallout from demographic shifts. By understanding these parallels, we can better anticipate the challenges ahead and prepare for the future. The 1970s was a decade of economic turmoil that bears striking similarities to our present day. Fast forward to the present day, the global economy is once again showing signs of distress. We're seeing the re-emergence of issues that have previously led to economic downturns, and it's crucial that we don't ignore these warning signals. Firstly, let's take a look at inflation. It's been steadily climbing, and this is a concern because it means the cost of goods and services is increasing. When the price of everyday items goes up, people's purchasing power goes down. This can lead to less spending, which in turn can slow down economic growth. Secondly, we're witnessing rising interest rates. Now, these are often raised in an attempt to curb inflation. However, high interest rates can also make borrowing more expensive. This can discourage individuals and businesses from taking out loans, which could potentially lead to a decrease in investment and spending. Lastly, there's the issue of economic slowdown. We're seeing a decrease in economic activity and growth. This is often accompanied by lower consumer spending, decreased business investment, and in some cases, increased unemployment. An economic slowdown can be a natural part of the business cycle, but if it's severe enough, it could lead to a recession. So, what does all of this mean? Well, these are all signs that our economy could be heading towards a crisis. Rising inflation, increasing interest rates, and an economic slowdown have historically been indicators of an impending economic downturn. While we can't predict the future with absolute certainty, we can learn from history. And history has shown us that these economic conditions have often preceded periods of economic instability. It's vital that we're aware of these signs and understand what they could potentially mean for our economy. Because the better we understand these indicators, the better prepared we can be for any potential economic challenges that lie ahead. Our present-day economy is showing alarming similarities to these past periods of economic crisis. With these signs, the question arises: are we heading towards a recession, or even an economic depression? It's a question that's been buzzing in the minds of many as they watch the economic indicators with a sense of growing unease. A recession, as we know, is a significant decline in economic activity spread across months, affecting everything from personal income and employment to wholesale retail sales and industrial production. It's a time when businesses start to slow down, job losses mount, and the economy, as a whole, takes a downturn. An economic depression, on the other hand, is far more severe. It's not just a temporary period of decline. Instead, it's a sustained, long-term downturn in economic activity, one that significantly reduces the economic performance of a country or the global economy. Now, the idea of either a recession or a depression is enough to give anyone pause. Why? Because these economic downturns can have a profound impact on our lives. They can lead to job losses, wage cuts, and a decrease in the standard of living. They can make it harder for people to pay their bills, put food on the table, or even keep a roof over their heads. But it's not just individuals who suffer. Businesses too can face significant challenges. Sales can plummet, profits can dry up, and in the worst cases, businesses can go under, leading to even more job losses and further exacerbating the economic downturn. So, when we talk about the possibility of a recession or a depression, we're not just talking about numbers on a page or charts on a screen. We're talking about the real, tangible impact on people's lives. We're talking about the potential for hardship and struggle. That's why it's so important to take these signs seriously, to understand what they could mean for our future, and to start preparing now. Because the more prepared we are, the better we'll be able to weather any storm that comes our way. The possibility of a recession or depression is a serious concern that we cannot afford to ignore. So, the big question is, how can you prepare for and protect yourself from such a crisis? And the answer, while not simple, is achievable with the right mindset and strategic planning. First and foremost, we must emphasize the importance of financial literacy. Understanding the basics of finance is akin to having a compass in the economic wilderness. It can guide you in navigating your income, expenses, savings, and investments. More importantly, it can help you discern financial opportunities from potential pitfalls. So start by educating yourself about financial concepts and principles. Read books, attend seminars, or even enroll in online financial literacy courses. Your knowledge is your first line of defense. Next, consider diversifying your income streams. Relying on a single source of income can be risky, especially in an unstable economy. Think of it like putting all your eggs in one basket. If that basket falls, you lose everything. But if you spread your eggs into different baskets, the risk is spread out as well. This could mean starting a side business, investing in stocks or real estate, or perhaps exploring the world of freelancing. It's all about creating multiple avenues for money to flow into your life. Lastly, build a financial safety net. This includes having an emergency fund that can cover at least 6 months of living expenses, investing in insurance to protect against unforeseen circumstances, and regularly contributing to your retirement savings. These measures provide a buffer that can help you weather financial downturns without drastically impacting your lifestyle. Remember, preparation is a proactive step. It's about taking control of your financial future, instead of being at the mercy of economic fluctuations. It's about making informed decisions today that will protect your tomorrow. So in the face of an imminent economic crisis, it's not just about surviving but thriving. Equip yourself with financial literacy, diversify your income, and build your safety net. It's time to take the helm and steer your financial ship towards safer waters. In times of economic uncertainty, preparation is key to weathering the storm.